Hey everybody, Joe and Zach here today to talk to you about, from the seller side, the most common question you get whenever we get a call and somebody says, hey, I'm interested in selling my house. They want to know about marketing, they want to know about other stuff, but really the main thing they want to know is how much is my house worth? And how do you set the price? And often there's some question on the seller side. They see other houses in the neighborhood and they don't do this every day, so they see a house that's sold nearby for a lot more than they think their house is worth, and they think their house, might be worth a lot. They don't always have an accurate interpretation of what the market is. So we want to talk a little bit quickly about how we set the price from a realtor standpoint, what the comps are. There's some great, customer friendly websites out there that I'm sure most people are familiar with: Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, all those kind of places. But as realtors, we tend to look back a little further and drill down a little deeper on similar houses. I think the key is looking at similar houses that are in the same school district, the same municipality, the same roughly square footage, amount of bedrooms, amount of bathrooms, those kind of things. And really condition, I think, is also a really important thing. If you look at the other houses that have sold nearby and what their conditions are, do they have a new kitchen? Do they have a new roof? Do they have a new bathroom? Those kind of things. And we use a number of different kind of calculators to do that, to kind of put us in the ballpark range. But the other thing is just knowing that area and getting out there and seeing houses or having sold houses previously in that neighborhood or development, and knowing kind of what the price range is. In suburban areas, it can be a little less complicated. If all the houses were built in a development around the same time by the same builder, those are a little less complicated. In the city or in the older suburbs, there might be houses built in 1900, there might be some built in the 50s, there might be a couple of new builds. So those are going to vary wildly on the price range they're in.
So what happens whenever a seller comes to you, Joe, and they use our favorite word in the world, Zestimate? My Zestimate is much higher than what you just said.
Yeah.
So a Zestimate is basically just a calculation based off of numbers.
Yeah,
it doesn't take into consideration, like you said, condition, age, those sort of things. So quit asking us about the Zestimate, please.
Zestimate is a great starting point, but it doesn't tell the whole story. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
It doesn't know if your house is next to a garbage dump, for example. It doesn't know what the interior of your house looks like if you've done a complete kitchen remodel, like I said earlier. It doesn't know if your house is next to a fire station, those kind of things, which all factor. Or if you're, especially here in Pittsburgh, if you're on the high side of the street where you have 50 steps to get to your front porch, it doesn't know that. So not to bash Zestimates too badly, but they can be accurate, but they can also be inaccurate depending on the conditions. So happy to discuss this more with you in person if you have follow-up questions to this, but thanks for listening.